Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme, every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one.
Yeah, if your brain is made out of mashed potatoes. Welcome back to Isaac of the Dead. Here we are with the season finale of Ahsoka. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it absolutely nothing? I mean, yeah, all three. Somehow managed to do all three. We're going to jump right into spoilers. So spoilers from here on. If you don't want to be spoiled for this nothingness, then click off the video now. If you don't care, like I don't really, stay here. Just fuck it. So the plot's pretty simple, as it has been for the last several episodes. Ezra gets a new lightsaber because apparently his old lightsaber didn't work. Giving it to Sabine was his symbolic willingness to give up his balls. So he had to just make a new one. We got a couple key jangles in here with like Kanan Jarrus and whatnot, but like I don't care. So as Thrawn has his thumb up his ass and he's walking around being like, oh, you know what? We got to prepare for an attack. It's Anakin Skywalker's apprentice. We have to prepare for the worst. When the dude could have just flown away by now. He could have already been 2 galaxies away had he not focused on these 3 losers. But hey, at least Thrawn sounds smart, right? I mean, he certainly sounds smart, but he doesn't act smart, which is kind of a contradiction. Morgan Elsbeth, by the way, gets promoted from a weird side character to honorary Dathomirian Night Witch. The Night Sisters give her a blade that looks like a normal sword that's been imbued with magic so that she could fight Ahsoka later on. Ahsoka and Sabine talk about literally nothing because I don't care. Then Sabine, Ezra, and Ahsoka attack the Dathomirian Night Sister temple and easily murk like 50 stormtroopers. Oh, but those leaks, man, those leaks were true. All the stormtroopers come back to life like the White Walkers from Game of Thrones. How original. I guess it would be fair to mention that the name of this episode is The Jedi, the Witch, and the Warlord. Are you fucking kidding me? Seriously. You are now riffing on better IPs, or at least less damaged IPs, like the Chronicles of Narnia. Fuck you, Dave Filoni. Seriously, ripping on C.S. Lewis, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe with The Jedi, the Witch, and the Warlord. What a fucking pathetic display by Lucasfilm and Disney. What a fucking embarrassment this show is. It's like, oh, the zombie stormtroopers are so cool, which, to be fair, they kind of were cool. Here's the thing that's stupid. They were basically pushing Ezra, Sabine, and Ahsoka back so that they would go directly to the place that they're trying to prevent them from going. It's backwards ass logic. So the main 3 characters separate from each other. Sabine and Ezra go off to fight some night troopers that are just zombies underneath while they try and prevent Thrawn, while Thrawn still figures out a way how to get his hand out of his ass. I guess that's why he always has his hands behind his back, is because he's too busy scratching his booty hole. Ahsoka ends up fighting Morgan Elsbeth with that, magical blade. And after that happens, she gets cornered by all the zombie troopers. And it's a big, intense fight scene. Oh, lots happening. Ooh. No real setup or payoff for any of it. I was having a hard time being invested. I had no emotions. I wasn't scared for Ahsoka. I wasn't, worried that she was going to, she has outlasted her stay already. What's another 10 years of being a canonical fucking mess? She survived the Clone Wars. She survived Rebels. You can't convince me of shit that she's going to not survive this show. Of course she's going to survive. That's fucking bullshit. However, Sabine finally learns to use the Force because guess what? The Force is female. You know why we never saw Finn use the Force in the sequel trilogy? Because he's not a female. You know how we got Sabine to learn the Force in this show? Because the Force is female. Oh, but the Force is in everybody, isn't it? Everybody has the Force, so everybody's capable of using the Force. What the fuck is the point of the Jedi? Why do we have the Jedi if everybody could use the Force? Just wondering. If everybody could use the Force, then what's the point of the Jedi? What's the point of the Sith? So yeah, Sabine's got the Force now, and she uses it to juggle, Ezra onto a ship that's departing from a platform that's at least maybe 50 yards away. It's a goofy scene. It's unbelievable. I don't know why any logical person would come to the conclusion that that would ever work. It's juggling a human body with the Force, and Sabine just learned to pick up a fucking lightsaber with the Force. You gotta be kidding me with this shit. Anyway, she was attempting to jump off and get onto the Star Destroyer so they'd fly off into space, but she decides to stay and help her girl Ahsoka because them girls gotta stick together, am I right, ladies? Gotta love them whammons. So after they murk all the zombie troopers, Ahsoka disarms Morgan Elsbeth and just cuts her in her stomach. And then Morgan's dead. Yeah, that's it. Morgan's dead from a paper cut. Oh, but she got a lightsaber cut to the gut. Of course that would kill. Fuck you. Fuck you. So, but it's a lightsaber. It will. The cut would be kind of deep, right? And I know that it's solderized, but like, or it's cauterized, but like that would kill a person, right? Right. Sabine got impaled through the fucking chest or the gut or whatever. She got impaled by a lightsaber and she walked it off like it was a fucking slap. Morgan Elsbeth got a little paper cut. She got nicked, if anything. It was a little paper cut by a lightsaber and falls over fucking dead. She was just made out of weak bones, bro. So the Night Sisters are following Thrawn around like he's their pimp or something. Thrawn's like, yeah, that was a good fight. See y'all in the next galaxy. And then he fucks off back to Dathomir in the current known, galaxy. Meanwhile, Ezra steals a departing ship, one of those, why am I blanking on this now? Escape pod ships. He does a little disguise as a stormtrooper. Remember? And then he reunites with Hera, which was the only time I had an ounce of emotion was, oh, they get to reunite with each other. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. I still don't care. So now Thrawn is about to wage war on this new, or on the old galaxy, basically, with whatever he's carrying, which I'm assuming is more zombie soldiers. Meanwhile, Ahsoka and Sabine are stuck with their thumb up their asses with all these hermit crab people that are living in this white trash trailer park thing back on the old galaxy. That took up the majority of the episode, like the vast majority of the episode, which was all that fighting going on. It felt like it was supposed to have a decent setup payoff ratio here. It was mostly payoff with no setup. Oh, was the context of episode 5 about Ahsoka being worried about her becoming Anakin Skywalker? Thrawn points this out in a little bit of dialogue saying that she's a lot like Anakin. Nobody clarified that to the audience. Nobody clarified how Thrawn knows anything about Anakin because I don't know of any piece of media that they've ever met each other before unless it was in the expanded universe that was decanonized. Fuck off. They call it Legends, but that's a damn near insult if you ask me. So what are Baylan and Shin up to? Shin ain't doing shit. She didn't do shit in this episode. She's basically just as irrelevant as she was before. Baylan is still searching for the thing he's been... God. Oh. There was no closure. No closure whatsoever. Ray Stevenson passed away earlier this year. May he rest in peace. What a great actor. And he held this show on his shoulders. It wasn't enough. And so he's off still looking for whatever power he was looking for, just glazing off into the sunset. So they were jangling keys, making sure your dumbasses got distracted by it. It means fucking nothing. Oh, but it's ABELOTH. It's obviously ABELOTH. Nobody even mentioned ABELOTH. What we did see was the some statues of the father, the son, and the broken up daughter on the other side. We saw statues of them from the Mortis arc on this planet of Peridia. And Baylan was standing on the father's stone hand or whatever it was. That is the only evidence that it is even ABELOTH. How do you know it's not Palpatine? How do you know it's not something completely stupid? It's more fan baiting, key jangling bullshit. It's just it's tiring. It's this mystery box watch season 2 bullshit. Like, I don't want to watch season 2. I didn't want to watch season 1. I'm doing this for my content on my channel, dog. Star Wars continues to be a dead franchise because they will never, ever, ever erase the fuck up of the sequel trilogy. They will never apologize for mistreating the fans. They will never come out and say how wrong they were for firing Gina Carano. No, they won't say any of that stuff. They have made the bed they want to lie in. They chose the hill they wanted to die on. And now they're facing the consequences of their actions. So the Balin arc was fucking pointless. Why have a character like that? It'll pay off in the next season, bro. But what about Dave Filoni's movie, bro? I don't want to watch Dave Filoni's movie. I'm not going to wait to see a movie that might not even go ever into production, as Lucasfilm has been known to do, is, cancel projects and say that, oh, we're not working on it now, but that doesn't mean it's canceled. No, they're canceled. They're canceled. I'm still waiting for that Rian Johnson trilogy, bro. Where's your Rian Johnson trilogy, bro? Those pussies are scared to put something in theaters because they know it's going to flop. Just look at Indiana Jones. So the show knows how to jangle some keys, likes to tug on your emotions, and it really likes to, play a lot of narrative games to make you think it's good, like good music, good ideas. Problem is, poor execution. The zombie stormtroopers wasn't a bad idea. I thought it was pretty cool. Unfortunately, it was so poorly executed that I could give a fuck whether it was cool or not. The music was good. All right, I don't need the visuals that come with it. It's kind of hard to believe that a lot of people are thinking that this is like peak Star Wars. This is what Star Wars should be. It's key jangling, self-referential, like it's Star Wars about like the idea of Star Wars as a cultural thing. Not even something that stands on its own. If you watch this without ever knowing what Star Wars was, you'd be like, all right, what's this about? Oh, it's about Star Wars. I've never watched Star Wars. Well, I guess you have to go back and watch the original Star Wars to understand anything about this show. Because all it does is reference back to older Star Wars. The show has no identity other than the one that has been projected on it from decades of success that have been, manufactured by better people. And ultimately, the show ends up right where it started. Like all these Disney Plus shows, they have a circular motion in how the story progresses. They start at one area, and then they go through a journey that leads them right back to where they started. Ahsoka and Sabine started this series off looking for Ezra and Thrawn in a different galaxy. And now the roles are reversed. Sabine and Ahsoka are stuck in this new galaxy, while Thrawn and Ezra go to the old galaxy.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
Fucking whatever. There really ain't much more to say about this show. Oh, Isaac, you forgot about the Hayden Christensen cameo at the end of the show. That's going to break the internet. Y'all saw him twice in this series. Y'all saw him in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. Why are y'all still, crying over this? He showed up as a Force ghost to what? Smile and nod for Ahsoka. Didn't even say a word. Where is he whenever Luke needed him? Luke's about to go to Krabby Island and let, his nephew murder a bunch of innocent children. Not only is Thrawn going to succeed, but probably influence something like the First Order that Luke didn't even try to prevent. He actually let it happen actively. But here is Anakin Skywalker as a Force ghost, saying hi to Ahsoka and not saying a word as a Force ghost. It's a meaningless fucking cameo, if you ask me. They're dragging that guy through the fucking dirt. Almost worse than the prequels have ever done. It really is a shame that I can't even be mad at this show. I can curse, I can criticize, I can say all the shit I want, but I'm not even mad anymore. It's just pathetic. It's just sad to see that this is how far things have fallen for this franchise. And you know what? I'd feel bad for them if they didn't insult us as fans for years. They didn't go on Twitter and call us a bunch of names like racist, sexist, you hate females, all this shit. They deserve everything that's coming to them. Star Wars is a dead franchise, end of story, and I just hate to say it, but it's sad. You can be mad about it, you can call me names, you can say all this shit. It don't bother me in the least because I'm right. And you call me these names, you say these things about me because you know I'm right. Oh, you guys remember Maroc? Remember how everybody thought Maroc was Starkiller? There was no explanation for that whatsoever. You could chalk it up to the theory that he was controlled by Night Sister magic, but you had to fill in the gaps yourself as a fan. That is not a fan's job to fill in the gaps. That is the writer's job, which means Dave Filoni is a shit writer. If I had to rate this entire series so far, it's probably like a 5. Nah, not even a 5, like a 4, 3 or 4 out of 10. 3 or 4 out of 10. Like, it was pathetic. The only things that were even resembling something good were like aesthetics, like, you know, the transition wipe on the screen, or the music, or the costumes, or the lightsabers, whatever it was, like, and the ideas and concept. These are all like things that are warranted for the best of the aesthetic, but what's the story about? What is this even for? It's as pointless as it is sad. And you know what? Couldn't have happened to a better company. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe, comment. If you didn't like it, whatever. Just remember, treat everybody like you'd like to be treated. You know, be nice to each other, drive safe, don't smoke crack. Also, fuck Lucasfilm and fuck Disney. And you know what? You Raylos are weird.